Is there Oscar buzz surrounding Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? Well, The Rock has been moved to tears after his new film, The Smashing Machine, has received a 15-minute standing ovation at the Venice Film Festival. The film also has one of the highest Rotten Tomato scores in Dwayne Johnson's acting career. Tony Khan, the AEW president and owner of Ring of Honor, has discussed negotiations with Warner Bros. Discovery over a potential Ring of Honor television deal. Karrion Kross says his post-SummerSlam creative was really big and something WWE fans would have enjoyed. However, the now Killer Kross once again has insisted that his departure from WWE is legitimate. Kurt Angle puts to bed rumors and rumblings he could be a part of John Cena's WWE retirement tour. The president of NBC Sports has thanked WWE for taking a chance on Peacock this after WWE PLEs are set to move from Peacock to ESPN later this month. Bronson Reed recalls a reassuring phone call with Paul Triple H Levesque after he suffered a debilitating ankle and foot injury last year at Survivor Series. Nikki Bella reflects on not winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Clash in Paris. Arez was wanted by WWE as part of AAA, but he reportedly decided to join AEW instead. And AEW announced Thanksgiving Eve Dynamite and Thanksgiving Collision taping for Nashville, Tennessee. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with possible Academy Award buzz surrounding former WWE champion and TKO board member Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Venice has gone crazy for The Smashing Machine. On Monday, September 1st, the Dwayne Johnson starring Mark Kerr biopic, The Smashing Machine, premiered to rave reviews and praise at the Venice Film Festival in Venice, Italy. As is tradition with most festival premieres, the film received a lengthy standing ovation. Outlets like Variety and The Hollywood Reporter say that the ovation lasted 15 minutes, which is higher than other premieres like After the Hunt, No Other Choice, Jay Kelly, and Frankenstein. Notably, Johnson took in the ovation with a ton of emotion, sharing a few tears alongside his co-star Emily Blunt. Now, the film is described as hard-hitting, heartfelt, strangely haunting, stirring, and invigorating by various critics. A24 will release The Smashing Machine to theaters on Friday, October 3rd. Aside from Johnson and Blunt, the film stars Ryan Bader, Bas Rutten, Alexander Usyk, Paul Cheng, Marcus Aurelio, Byron Capers, and Lindsay Gavin. The film is directed and written by Benny Safdie, who is widely known for his work on Uncut Gems. Now, The Rock has been very open about his role in this film, saying that it allowed him to take a turn away from his typical blockbuster roles. In terms of the more critical reaction to this, we've got an update when it comes to the Rotten Tomato scores, because The Smashing Machine has debuted at 100% with critics on Rotten Tomatoes. As I mentioned, this is following the life story of former MMA fighter Mark Kerr, with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson featuring in the lead role of the film. Now, when the movie first debuted on Rotten Tomatoes with 11 reviews, it was rated at 100%, making it one of the highest rated projects of The Rock's acting career. However, at the time of recording this video, it now sits at 93% with 14 reviews by critics, which is normal. You very, very, very rarely have a 100% perfect score. As I mentioned, The Smashing Machine opens in theaters on October 3rd. So the question is there any possibility the Great One could get an Academy Award or even be nominated? Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Now, Tony Khan has opened up about a possible Ring of Honor television deal. Tony Khan is a very busy man, having control over both All Elite Wrestling and Ring of Honor. But while AEW has become a staple of TBS and TNT over the past 6 years, ROH is still confined to its Honor Club streaming service. Despite ROH still producing weekly content and pay-per-views that are celebrated by regular viewers of the show, many have wondered if ROH will ever join AEW on TV and get its own show. During the recent media call to promote the Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view, Khan explained that he is still interested in bringing ROH to cable TV, but he wants to make sure that whatever decision he chooses makes sense for everyone. He said, quote, "In order to have another product in the market that I also control the media rights for, it doesn't need to necessarily be the AEW deal, but for me to do something different, it has to make sense on the scale for our partners, because the Warner Bros. Discovery partnership fuels everything. It allows me to maintain the level of this incredible roster of wrestlers, the production, and keep both companies properties flush with great wrestlers and top events in top venues for the very greatest fans in the world. I am interested in that, and it's something we actively continue to talk about, and we've had offers to do ROH TV, but I didn't think they made sense in the big picture, end quote. Now, some fans have suggested putting ROH on YouTube to make it more accessible, something that Khan was actively forced into doing for the Death Before Dishonor events as the Honor Club streaming service crashed halfway through the show, with Khan putting the entire event on YouTube for free in order for people to watch. Now, before we get on to the next news story, a reminder, this video is brought to you in collaboration with all of our affiliates. You can check them all out in the video description below. They'll also be pinned in the comment section. And of course, throughout the video, you'll be able to see them all in the sidebar. You can get yourself some great products. You can save yourself some money while doing so, and you can support the channel in the process. Your support really, really, truly means very, very much. Now, Karrion Kross, Killer Kross, now that he's gone from WWE, has had quite a bit to say. Now, Killer Kross, Karrion Kross in WWE, was effectively written off WWE television at WWE SummerSlam in a loss to Sami Zayn. His contract with WWE expired a week later and was not renewed. Speaking to Denise Salcedo of Instant Culture, Kross was asked about creative plans leading into SummerSlam and coming out of the event. Quote, "The creative we were supposed to have on Monday Night Raw got killed on Sunday. The creative involved other people. I would love to tell people that want to know, but that idea could still be salvaged for that other person involved. So I don't want to jack up their creative talking about it. But it was something really big, and it was something people would have enjoyed. I can tell you that right now. Maybe one day we can do that creative and we can revisit this conversation." Kross, according to him, is currently a free agent, making a surprise appearance alongside Scarlett at GCW Homecoming Night 1. Now, once again, he has reaffirmed any idea that his exit from WWE is not legitimate. Killer Kross and Scarlett departed WWE in August when their contracts expired and were not renewed. Many fans thought, and maybe still do believe, the situation might be a work due to the nature of Kross's promo content while he was still with WWE, him being featured on television leading up to his departure, and WWE working fans with the Seth Rollins injury angle ahead of SummerSlam. In the same interview with Denise Salcedo, Kross was asked where he thinks things stand with the fans in terms of his departure being a work. He said, quote, "There are hundreds of people who have been coming to the table, a lot of them angry because they were hoping it was a work and there would be a payoff. I would never work somebody like that. To me, it's not in good taste. Running an angle where you lose your job and upset people is not something I would do. I understand why people thought it was going to be a work. They were hoping it was going to be a work," he said. Scarlett noted co-workers thought it was a work, and Kross showed a text from a co-worker regarding the legitimacy of his departure. Kross closed by saying, quote, "A lot of the guys didn't know. We were like, let's see what happens. Maybe they'll recover the situation. We remained somewhat quiet about it." Scarlett pointed out that they have a "fuck you forever" shirt saying WWE wouldn't let them do that. So the question is it a work, isn't it a work? Let me know your thoughts about it as well, as always, in the comment section below. Now let's talk about Kurt Angle getting involved in John Cena's retirement tour. Now, Kurt Angle has ruled out any chance of him facing John Cena before he retires. John Cena and Kurt Angle shared a special moment in 2002 when Cena made his WWE debut, confronting Angle and declaring that he had ruthless aggression. When Angle would retire from wrestling at WrestleMania 35 against Baron Corbin, many fans lamented the chance to have Cena retire the Olympic gold medalist. Now, with Cena's own career winding down by the end of this year, Angle has confirmed that he will not be physically able to wrestle Cena before the year is out. While speaking on the mic check with Ken Anderson, Kurt Angle was asked if there was any possibility he could wrestle John Cena before he finishes his career later this year. Quote, "I wish I could, man, I can't. But that would be very tempting, but there's just no way possible. I have to have my shoulders replaced. I have 5 neck surgeries, 2 back surgeries. My body just is really banged up. There's really nothing I can do." So seemingly Angle putting to bed any idea he could wrestle Cena one more time. Now, of course, WWE PLEs, they're heading to ESPN from Peacock this month. Now, in March 2021, WWE and Peacock announced that a new deal that would see WWE content move from the WWE Network to Peacock, including all premium live events. Peacock launched in April 2020, making it less than a year old when the WWE Peacock partnership was formed. WWE Clash in Paris marked the last WWE PLE to air on the NBC platform, though NXT PLEs and Saturday night's main events will remain on the platform. Michael Cole thanked Peacock and NBC Sports president Rick Cordella for being great partners since March 2021. Cordella posted on social media, quotes, "And a big thank you to WWE, Nick Khan, Triple H, and Stephanie McMahon for taking a chance on Peacock 5 years ago as we were just launching. But it's not goodbye. We're excited to stay a partner of WWE with must-watch Saturday night main events for years to come." Now, a reminder, of course, WWE PLEs will begin airing on the new ESPN platform with WWE WrestlePalooza on September 20th. Some are concerned this is going to cost them more money as they may have to get another subscription service, but you may not have to do just that. If you have a VPN, you can change your location to territories like here in the UK, and you can have all of your WWE programming streaming to you on Netflix. Over here in the UK, we've got Raw, SmackDown, NXT, main roster PLEs, NXT PLEs, and archive content as part of our Netflix subscription. Furthermore, those aforementioned Saturday night main events we were speaking about, including John Cena's retirement match later on this year, we get them for free on YouTube. All you have to do is get a VPN, change your location to here in the UK, and then you can watch WWE on Netflix and on YouTube. To get a VPN, you can do so. Click the link in the video description below for NordVPN. You'll be able to see it on the sidebar in this video. It's right there on the sidebar right now. You can scan the QR code. It'll also be the pinned comment in the comment section. You can get up to 73% off plus 3 months extra free. You can protect 10 devices with one deal, and you can watch all of your WWE content. You can also support the channel in the process if you use our link, so be sure to take advantage of that. Bronson Reed, of course, he's part of the Vision, but there was a bit of concern about him last year when he got injured in Survivor Series War Games. Now, during the War Games match in 2024, Bronson Reed suffered an ankle fracture after diving off the top of the cage onto a table. At the time, this was a devastating halt to Reed's run, but the Aurzilla was able to quickly bounce back after returning to in-ring competition in the summer of 2025. Speaking with Rolling Stone for a new interview, Reed recalled interacting with Triple H backstage after the injury. He said, quote, "I stood up and I walked backstage. The doctors didn't think I had anything broken because I was able to walk. But then Paul Levesque came and sat with me backstage and he was trying to reassure me. I went to stand up and I couldn't stand up." Then Reed recorded a phone call where Triple H assured him they will have the right spot when he gets back. He said, quote, "He called me himself and he said, just worry about rehabbing and getting yourself right again. When you come back here, you're gonna be in the right spot." Nikki Bella, of course, she was not successful in capturing the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Clash in Paris. Unfortunately, as I mentioned for her, she was unable to win her first title since 2015, getting caught with the lynch pin by Becky. After the bout, Nikki wrote on social media, quote, "There's nothing like my Bella army. Your love and support gets me through it all. Fell short tonight, but the beauty in that is it's only the beginning. Felt so great being out there like that again. Love you all so much. And Paris, cheers or boos. You are such an amazing crowd. Thank you." Now, of course, as I mentioned, Nikki was featured in a backstage segment last night on Raw. It'll be interesting to see what's next for the WWE Hall of Famer. Now, this is a really interesting story about a talent that WWE wanted but chose AEW instead. Arez is set to debut in AEW as El Clon, the Clone, who is a clone of Hologram and teased on Saturday's AEW Collision. According to the Cubs fan, WWE had interest in Arez, who ultimately chose AEW. Quote, "WWE checked him out, liked what they saw, and let him know they wanted to bring him back to AAA. Arez let AEW know that he now had another offer and they needed to make a financial and final decision. AEW decided to make its own offer and Arez picked AEW over WWE," writes Cubs fan. This is more notable than just Arez signing with AEW, as it's the first known AEW/WWE battle over a Mexican free agent since WWE acquired AAA, but I would emphasize the known part. WWE, of course, acquired AAA in April. AEW has been working with CMLL throughout the year. The report from Cubs fan notes that the luchador suffered a foot injury on Saturday, but is only expected to be sidelined for a few days. It's unknown when El Clon will debut on AEW television. And finally, AEW have made several significant announcements regarding Thanksgiving shows. Over the past few years, AEW have struck up a tradition where they hosted their Thanksgiving tapings in Chicago outside of 2020 when the show was taped in Daly's Place in Florida. On September 2nd, All Elite Wrestling announced for the first time since 2020, AEW's Thanksgiving Eve show would take place outside of Chicago. The company is set to head to the Pinnacle Nash Music Venue in Nashville, Tennessee on November 26th for both Dynamite and Collision. In other AEW event scheduling news, AEW announced their September to Remember show for the September 17th, where it will be a 3-hour television event. AEW are also set to host their Tailgate Brawl on TNT ahead of AEW All Out later this month. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.